Hello and welcome to the Jacksonville Jaguars Insider Podcast. My name is John Shipley. I am your host and beat reporter, and I have been your beat reporter covering the Jacksonville Jaguars on SI every single day since August 2019, and we are continuing to march through yet another offseason together. As always, Jaguars on SI delivers you the best and most comprehensive coverage of the Jacksonville Jaguars you will find anywhere, whether it's locally or even nationally. We provide double-digit pieces of content every single day, ranging from audio and video content to written content. And each day, the Miller Electric Center facility and Everbank Stadium have their doors open. We are there, boots on the ground, whether it's at Jaguars practices, training camp, press conferences, in the locker room, in the offseason, and especially on game day. We are always there to give you an inside look at your favorite team. So don't forget that you can find us on social media such as Facebook and Twitter at Jaguars on SI. You can also find us at www.si.com/NFL/Jaguars. And most importantly, never forget, all of our content is 100% free for you, the faithful fans of Duval. Hello and welcome to today's episode of the Jacksonville Jaguars Insider Podcast. Today, we are going to do something we haven't done on the show previously, and we're going to do a little mini mock of the top 5 picks of the NFL draft. This, of course, was shaken up a bit when the New York Giants signed Russell Wilson to a one-year deal yesterday. Of course, perhaps a team doesn't let signing Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston impact the moves that they are set to make at quarterback. But at least in this instance, my thinking is a bit different after that pick. So, start off right away with number 1 overall, Cam Ward, Miami Hurricanes. It's very clear to, I'd say, most in the NFL and most of the general public that the Tennessee Titans are kind of zeroing in on Cam Ward. I think the Titans would love if a team wanted to trade up. I don't think a team will offer a package enticing the Titans enough to do so. They sent virtually everybody who matters in their front office and coaching staff to Cam Ward's pro day. It was a very large contingent of Tennessee Titans employees, and he hasn't always been the chalk pick for number 1 overall. I'd say heading into the combine, it was really Abdul Carter, maybe Travis Hunter here and there when the season ended. But as of right now, I think it has to be Cam Ward. And that's why you're seeing him at number 1, really, in and every mock draft that's come out in the last several weeks. Number 2 overall, this is where things are interesting because I could see the Browns going in any one of 3 directions. I could see him taking Abdul Carter, getting an all-pro potential pass rusher to line up next to Myles Garrett, obviously very appealing. I could see him going for Travis Hunter. He's a star. He would help them a lot at receiver, which they obviously need help with. He can also play corner for them. And then ultimately, the pick I give them, Shedeur Sanders. I just think when you look at these 3 players, which one helps the Browns the most if they hit? And that is Shedeur Sanders. Now, he doesn't have the highest chance to hit, etc. But if he is who they think he is and who they draft him as, he can help them successfully move on from the Deshaun Watson debacle. Probably the worst trade in NFL history. Otherwise, their quarterback depth chart right now, it's Kenny Pickett. So you'd have to think that they're in the quarterback market. And sure, they can get a quarterback on day 2 or even trade back into the first. But it just seems like the safer bet for them is to go quarterback here at number 2 overall. Number 3 overall, definitely things look different now with Russell Wilson at the top of the pecking order in the quarterback depth chart. Obviously, Russell Wilson isn't the Russell Wilson of yesteryear. Obviously, you can still upgrade from Russell Wilson in the draft, but with Shedeur Sanders going number 2, I had the New York Giants taking Abdul Carter at number 3. They probably have a greater need for a guy like Travis Hunter, who would obviously fit in very well, in that media market and would provide a dangerous and dynamic duo with Malik Neighbors. But I think they recognize that Kayvon Thibodeau hasn't been the player they hoped for. They'll get some insurance to Brian Burns, and they can rationalize to themselves that they are getting potentially the top player in this class. Number 4, New England Patriots. I really think the Patriots go offensive tackle. They added Milton Williams. They added Stephon Diggs. So they've added pieces at some of these other positions that they have options in with Mason Graham and Travis Hunter. I think that they need a left tackle, that they badly wanted to try to find a left tackle in free agency. It was slim pickings, especially when Ronnie Stanley was re-signed. I think they take Will Campbell, put him in at left tackle, and they don't have to worry about that spot for the next decade or so. Number 5, Jacksonville Jaguars. The 2 players available are Travis Hunter and Mason Graham. I think it's an easy pick. As much as I am a fan of Graham and his game, and I think he would translate well, I think Travis Hunter is the best player in the draft. I think he's the closest thing in this draft and probably the last couple of drafts to being a generational prospect. He legit has top 3 overall tape at both wide receiver and cornerback, and I don't think that's a thing that Jaguars can afford to pass up. He'd be a blue chipper, one of the biggest names, one of the best talents on the roster right away, and his versatility and his determination to make it as a two-way player, I think would make him, quote-unquote, intangibly rich. Thank you guys for listening to today's episode of the Jacksonville Jaguars Insider Podcast. My name is John Shipley. Back next